Hey everyone, Miacidae here, welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. So, today the plan is to go into the courtyard to get the shining armlet for the leper. It's a trinket that, depending upon statistics, you can get either 5 accuracy or up to 20 accuracy for the leper, which at this point I think we all know that the leper needs a little accuracy help. So, that could be very beneficial down the line. Now, all we have to do is get through a long courtyard dungeon, which I'm gonna say I've been having a lot of trouble with the long dungeons lately. So we're gonna see if we can't get through this without any losses today, which would be the hope. So we're gonna go through and see what we can do. I do have some shenanigans planned. We'll see if it goes through, mainly with the Prefect with one of the new trinkets we got, which might hinder me more than it helps me, but we will see. So the plan for today is to use Boyven the Hellion. Front row dealing a lot of damage. We do have the blood charm on her, so on any attack hit she will do a 1 for 3 bleed. Otherwise she will be doing a 20% more damage versus bleeding and 15% armor piercing versus bleeding. And she does have Lucius on her, meaning she does 25% more damage. Otherwise, she has Bleed Out, Breakthrough, If It Bleeds, and Iron Swan. Next up, the Crayon, our Flagellant. He has Punish, Reign of Sorrows, Suffer, and Ensanguinate. And remember, this is the No Hope state, so all the healing skills from all of the base heroes or the vanilla heroes have been torn off. So Ensanguinate does not heal. And if I decide to switch on Adrenaline Rush, that doesn't heal either. Then for Crayon's trinkets here, we have the Bloody Collar, giving him better bleed chance and on being hit, 2 for 3 bleed. And then the Condemn's Hood, upping his bleed amount and bleed resistance by 34%, but lowering his death blow resistance by 20%. So we have 2 heroes with about a 50-50 flip. That's not very good. Next up is Vesley. He has Dirk Stab, Harvest, Finale, and Slice Off. If I decide to switch on Inspiring Tune for whatever reason, or he's not going to be doing any stress healing, just so everyone is aware how the vanilla heroes here are going to be working. He has the Bloody Dice, upping his bleed chance. Finale is going to do 300% bleed amount. On melee hit, he will do an additional 1 for 3 bleed. So Harvest will actually be doing a 4 for 3 bleed, and Slice Off will be doing a 5 for 3 bleed. Then Ancestor's Letter Opener does another bleed on hit, on top of upping his accuracy. So he's going to be doing a lot of extra bleed on hit. Core here, this is where the fun begins. So we have Disrupt. This bypasses guard, stealth, and riposte, and also breaks them. Tick-Tock for upping speed and crit. Enshroud, curing bleed and blight, clearing marked, and stealthing a target. And then Implode. Implode doubles the bleed and blight amount applied, but also lowers my resistance to it on the target that I do that to, and then doubles the bleed and blight amount received on that target. So Core here, Slice Off with all his trinkets is going to do a 6 for 3 blight, or 6 for 3 bleed, but he will, so then if I use Implode on him, he will do a 12 for 3 bleed. However, if I use it on him, he will take double the bleeding damage, or, take double the bleed. So that can be very useful, but very dangerous at the same time. Getting into our trinkets, I'm using the Diploma of Honours. Implode and Subversion have their usage limits removed. Usually you can only use this once per battle, but now I can use it infinite amounts of times. Do you see where my head is going with this? So Vesley, Crayon, and Boyven all do bleeding, so I can double all their bleeding amounts, or I can just stack it all on one person. So there's going to be a lot of bleeding in here, but potentially I'm going to be bled out very quickly. So we're going to see what happens. Thankfully, Core is the fastest person here, so if things hit the fan, hopefully he's going to be able to use Enshroud to get rid of the bleed and blight on people. He also has the Ancestor's Mat for scouting and trap disarm, so we're going to see what happens. But this has the potential to go very downhill very quickly. So we're going to see what happens, and I hope that we can get through this, but we're going to see what happens. But it's my first time playing with the Diploma of Honours on this estate, and things can get very bad very quickly. So I'm going to use Kraken Ribbons on everyone to level them up faster, and then we're just going to get right to it. I'm not going to be wasting any... Actually, we have it. 12 bandages. I'm gonna waste a few, I suppose.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be.
And here's our first fight. So I want to see here really quick. This is only a 4 bleed. So I'm actually going to do Implode on Vesley, so he can hit the middle rows, bleeding them more. Then we're going to bleed out on the Supplicant. Supplicant down. Hitting the Socialite. She's bleeding for 7. Oh boy, already got the Crimson Curse. And then we're going to harvest on the middle 2. And that's a bleed for 8. Then harvesting again. Bleed for 16, bleed for 17, bleed for 10. Disrupting the Supplicant.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy.
And down they go.
All.
You know, I'm going to save that Panacea for later, because it can actually get rid of the Crimson Curse. And since we have to explore rooms, let's go left. Here's the trap. Boyven needs a little bit of de-stressing, so we'll do it on her. Dig through this. Not sure why my food's stacked like that, but fine, whatever. And let's see how this goes. I'm gonna bleed the back rows because the Knight. Tick-tock Vesley, so we can bleed the middle 2. Implode on Vesley. Let's take out the Gargoyle.
Another one falls.
Slice off on Knight.
A devastating blow.
So that's a 17 bleed on him. And then she outright smacks the Flagellant.
Slowly,
That's a 3 bleed on her.
gently. This is how a life is taken.
Ouchie. There goes most of Cora's health. Then we can... you know what, let's just get rid of him, then the other 2 can take care of this Strumpet. If I do any kind of movement, this Strumpet is, probably gonna live.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Now, do I not have a Seer Stone?
Push on to the task's end.
So if I camp, what all can I do? Well, I don't have a prevent nighttime ambush, so that's a bad thing as a start, but plus damage, plus crit. Some de-stressing. Grab a Panacea and get Resolve up. Which might push Boyven to the edge, but I'm gonna want to use that on the last firewood. So we're fine with what we have. I doubt I'm gonna get anything on this. Yeah, nothing I really want. Up we go. Tick-tock. Implode.
The blood quickens.
Slice off. Actually, I probably could have done implode on Cran and done more bleed there, but that's fine. Taking out Supplicant.
Decimated.
Rain of Sorrows to bleed the Strumpet. Slice off again. So bleeding for 29, taking Strumpet out. She's gonna bleed for 12.
The slow death. Unforeseen.
Imploding Boyven so he can bleed out. Or not bleed out, if it bleeds. And then bleeding for 37.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Definitely want that bandage. Refresh my shovels. And well, I'm hoping to take more heirlooms out of this, so we'll leave the gems. Please don't stun. Oh. Well. Tick-tock on Cran. And we'll implode on him. Maybe take out the Esquire. Taking out a Gargoyle so they don't stun us again.
Abomination cleansed from our lands.
And a Bunk. And a bleed for 12. And a miss. Ha ha ha. So this one bleeds out. So we'll punish the other one. And it bleeds out.
Power.
So, with that being said, disrupt.
Be gone, fiend.
A Dirk Stab takes this one out.
The fiend falls. A faint hope
And down they go.
blossoms. Success. So
I am going to heal Cora a bit more.
Or is it merely a trick of the
And
mind?
we'll leave these gems. Going back down. Dig through this. And Marmite it is. So, tick-tock. Oh, I didn't default party order. Oh, well.
The will to fight.
And implode definitely on Vesely then. He can slice off on the Marmite. Heavy bleed there if it goes off. Bleed out on Butler. It bleeds out for sure. Then you gotta move forward, buddy. Marmite bleeds out on next. So, taking out Butler,
Surges as the enemy crumbles.
then we can go at Supplicant. Which I think is gonna bleed out. Yeah, 15. Then Marmite had the 12 on it, so they both bleed.
A victory.
Taking
Perhaps
what
a
we
turning
can.
point.
Gonna use the torch for extra accuracy. Heal up a tad. Take the Jade. Of course it's trapped. Anti-venom. On we go. Alright, bleeding the back row. Tick-tock. Implode. That way we can easily get rid of these two between the two harvests. I'm guessing maybe, I guess we're going at the butler instead of the socialite, but bleed out on him. She got a little bit of a bleed from that. And then harvest one. Strumpet is blood, Strumpet bleeds out. Hi, Sycophant. Slice off on Sycophant, it bleeds out. Socialite left. He just wants to masquerade around, huh? Well, let's have some funsies. Bonk. 15 bleed, she goes down. I'm having too much fun with this thing. Now, imagine what this would do.
Creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
If it would go turn 3, 4, 5.
Packs laden with loot.
That's what it does to bosses.
Low on supplies.
Gonna go up for the curio here. Gonna leave the gold. Down we go.
Task well performed.
Since we have to go to rooms, I'm gonna go to the room battle. Swollen Bloodflower it is. Since the knight is in front, I retract that statement. Rain of Sorrows, bleeding the back two. I was going to do something different by doing Implode on the Flagellant, but maybe we do Implode on Oivan. Slice off on Bloodflower. Hit the knight. Knight has 18 health left, bleeds for 5. Tick-tock Boyven, actually. And then I suppose maybe just tick or implode on Vesley. So now she can hit the knight. Knight bleeds out. Clan can take out the Sycophant. Disrupting the Sycophant, just make sure.
Decisive pummeling.
And then the other two take out Bloodflower with the bleeds. Because that is a bleed for 18 now. And a bleed for 30, so it does have 12 health left, so hopefully it doesn't summon more. I need to learn to shut my mouth. Alright, well, disrupting the other Sycophant. At least we didn't get the Crimson Curse.
Quickly the tide turns.
Taking Sycophant out, he bleeds out. I can't hit the one I want, so Bloodflower bleeds out. And then if it bleeds onto Sycophant.
Intrinsic merit, unless inordinate
There we go.
exaggeration be considered a virtue.
Taking what we can, leave the rust.
Remind yourself that overconfidence.
Ooh, we're not doing good
is slow
stress-wise,
and
I just
insidious
realized.
killer.
We could get stressed down and then just take another firewood. Okay, tick-tock, because AoE bleed. Implode. Punishing the knight to bleed him out. Oh, I wish Vesley would have gone first. Taking up the Esquire. I suppose that's bleed for 5, so it won't do much. Harvest, getting a tick as well. So Knight goes down, Esquire goes down on next action, Tick 1 goes down on next action. Or not. Bran? Oh, that's right, you can only be rapturous. That's right. Lovely.
Bulwarks of the mind have fallen.
Slice off on Tick 2. It bleeds out. Disrupting Esquire. And down he goes. Taking what we can. I'm going to get rid of the Jade for the crests here. We're going to Firewood. I'm going to take the Portrait. I probably will get rid of those in a little bit. Feast for the health and the stress.
Steel oneself against the coming horrors.
I don't really want to do All-Nighter to prevent nighttime ambush because minus 10 speed. What I can do is Lash's Solist. Well, screw you too, buddy. Heal him at least. Battle Trance, Sharpen Spear. Or I suppose what I could do is, turn back time and minus 45 stress. Yeah, I kind of saw this one coming. It's not what I thought would be here, but still not great. So, forward by 3. TikTok Vesely. Implode on Vesely. Then we're going to go at Bloodletter. Slice off on him. Breakthrough. Treasure is at least bleeding. Ouchie. Hurt a little more than I thought it would. Finale to move back, taking Treasurer out. Insanguinate hitting Bloodletter.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
Disrupt, getting rid of Stealth. And now I can bleed him.
Obliterated.
I'll take the ruby.
Victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Alt order, healing a tad, sticking a torch in here.
If only treasure
Don't
could
really want much of that, but we will check up top here really quick.
corruption.
Can grab the food. Food is helpful. And see what I can get for the bandage.
Wealth
A torch.
beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
I do want to go and grab the firewood here. So I am probably going to get rid of the crusts. And then we'll go down then to the right then. See what's the deal. Something useful? I mean, I guess we can give him blood and see what he gives us.
A fortune
Snake oil.
waiting.
He turned the blood into snake oil. What a magician. Of course it's one of these traps.
Glorious is the trap maker's art. His efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
Insanguinate hitting Sycophant. That's the faster one. bleed out, and that's our fight. I suppose what I could do
Be wary.
is heal up Cran a little bit more.
Precipitates a dizzying fall.
I didn't scout that hallway, so I'll just go back and then down, because this hallway here doesn't connect. So I can't go south, I have to go all the way back, then back down. These little one-tile hallways always bug me. Hey, how you doing, guys? Well, the Levy is in the back, so they need to go. Then we're gonna harvest the Levy. So they're now bleeding for 9. Yeah, I'm gonna TikTok then implode on Oivan so we can get the Errant there. And we can maybe do some other tricksty stuff. Other than the Levy, they don't really bleed, so as long as I don't get bled by him, I think we're fine. Bleed out on Errant. That's a 10 bleed. So Errant bleeds out. Levy bleeds out. So let's go for the Missionary. Missionary bleeds out, just Deadbolt left. See what kind of things I can get up to here. Can I hit the Deadbolt? I cannot, so we're gonna do a slice off onto the Levy.
Impressive.
And now pretty much anyone can hit the Deadbolt. Or, you know, now they really can because they're falling forward and he can only do sweeping blockade, which is kind of funny. I think he could use the hand crossbow in 2, but maybe that's just me. And now I believe he bleeds out.
This expedition at least promises success.
Take the portraits and we're fine. Definitely using the holy water here. Bleeding back rows. Tick-tock. Then implode. We'll harvest these two. That'll take the takeout, put a big chunk into Esquire. Might as well take Esquire out. They fall forward, just Knight and Esquire left. Who's significantly hurt. Yay. Ooh.
Brutality clarified in a single strike.
At least no bleed. So slice off onto Knight. 15 to 23. Insanguinate onto him. He bleeds out. Disrupting the riposte, so he doesn't have a riposte anymore. And I'm gonna bleed him out. Yikes. Alright, bandages all around. Take what I can. Firewood, take the crest. Beast for the health and the stress.
It's a goal without hope.
Hey, sir. Solus. Then... All-Nighter. I know that that's not gonna be good, but it's one battle. Then we're gonna... Lash's Kiss for the health. And then we're going to battle trance. Which I do believe I actually can get rid of. So she gets plus 25% damage if she's in position 1, but she no longer has the debuff for not being in position 1. Do you have anything good for me for once? No. He never does. Spoilers. What's the debuff on you? Minus 10 speed. Can I get rid of that one? I cannot. Don't really care about the 1,000. Another Night Bloodflower. This mashup is really bad for me. Like, two really tanky guys with one that can do a lot of damage. And he likes hiding in the back row. The Bloodflower just tanks up the front row for him. Like, yikes. And if I don't take out the Bloodflower first, it summons more sycophants, so it's actually higher priority.
Festering fear consumes the mind.
So yeah, slice off. It's bleeding for 11, 5, 8. Strumpet does bleed out. Very good dodge there. That was scary. You know what? We're going to TikTok Boyven so she can go at the night. But then we're actually going to implode on Vesley so he can harvest both of them. So Iron Swan here. So he actually does bleed out. Everything goes at the Bloodflower now. Which now Bloodflower bleeds out, we win. Woo.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Making me think. So I do want the portraits. We can give up one of the bandages for those. And then we can be on our merry way. Got a lot to go yet. Technically, I think I can stop at 4 more rooms, but still.
Possessed by evil intent.
Okay. Probably not going to bleed the gargoyle, so Reign of Sorrow is hitting the back too. We'll even take out a gargoyle.
Executed with impunity.
Harvest hitting the middle too.
A singular strike.
One supplicant bleeds out, sycophant does not. I'm gonna TikTok so Vesley goes faster so he can take out a sycophant. But then I want to disrupt. Actually, no. So I'm gonna disrupt the sycophant because now it'll bleed out. Or just, you know, be taken out. And then I have to deal with the gargoyle, which is gonna suck. Very low chance of getting Crimson Curse from the supplicant, or it just bleeds out, and then we take gargoyle out. Kind of surprised he dodged that. Yeah, we can leave the Onyx there. I got like 200k at home. We got enough money at the hamlet, so it's time to start taking other stuff. I know the second I get rid of the anti-venom, I am going to 100% regret it. So maybe we can get rid of the holy water finally. Because I was keeping it for stress relief, and it seemed to kind of 100% do its job. Let's go left and around because that seems the safer bet. Okay, plan. We smash his head and we get what we can from this. I'm actually going to get rid of the firewood, which people are going to yell at me about, and then the blood. I come back for this blood if this obstacle is not the rubble. Like, I'll just make another pass around. Bleed out, take gargoyle out.
Back to the pit.
Tick-tock. That way I can double harvest. Imploding for the harvest. And harvest away. Or I guess I can't do that quite yet. Then we can ensanguinate this trumpet. She's bleeding for 11. 13 and 8. So just this strumpet and 2 left. He's got 1 health, so everyone bleeds out now.
Gnawing uncertainty. The birth
Harvest again for the funsies. I would be laughing too, buddy. Disrupt on the tick. And take what I can. Can't get rid of the torch, but we can get rid of the antivenom, which I'm 100% going to regret, but that is a decision I will live with. Getting rid of stress. And good thing I didn't use the shovel back there. Well then. Looks like we're walking back. I'm not putting the flagellant at death's door. Before we go into a battle, I mean, yes, we could use the food, but that's kind of beside the point right now. I don't want everyone else hurt as well. Oh, you are absolutely kidding me right now. I thought I was choosing the lesser of 2 evils. Screw you in particular here, sir. Tick-tock. Oh, even so she goes faster, so I can do bleed out. Implode Vesely. Ensanguinate for the bleed. Bleeding for 11. Bleed out. 16 damage. Bleed. And that's a stun, isn't it? No. Okay, slice off. Bad thing is, I think I remember him just like totally recovering from that every turn. Yeah, with Return from the Stars, isn't it? Yep. So, this has 6 health. Boyven, you can bleed it out. That's 4. We're going to implode onto Vesely again. Just keep stacking that up on him. Ensanguinate. This can only be used 2 more times. Can Punish take this out? Yeah. Unfortunately, that is a heal, but he had the better chance of taking it out while doing more damage to Thing from the Stars from other sources. That is now a bleed for 22. Which I think this is Cho's Thing from the Stars. So that bleed might stay on him.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
Yep. Bye-bye. See you later.
Born of the void. dies in the earth.
I don't even like this trinket. I'll take it, but I don't even like it. I'll take the torch for the extra accuracy once I get down to the battle. But,
Injury and despondence set the stage for heroism or cowardice.
And there's the hunger check. How long does that blight last? One more turn? Okay, this is the final thing. All I'm gonna do is go to that curio.
And now the true test.
Because I don't have any more sources of healing, and there's...
Expire.
Well, there's a healing, but I don't think I can heal Boyven. I could. I stand mistaken, but realistically it's not a good bet to go to those two fights without any food. So, that was a good run. I got some stuff. I'm kind of surprised we got the thing from the stars. I think that was actually the first time I fought him. I don't remember fighting him many times. Kind of surprised he went that easily. The upfront damage from Boyven, like, really did the job there. I'm very surprised it went that well. I'm happy it went that well. Like, that could have gone so south so quick. I've had fights with him go so south so quick. And I mean, for not collecting much gold, 15,600 is not bad at all. Then we got the Shining Armlet for the Leper, which is really, really good. And a lot of heirlooms again, which is what I'm trying to collect. So that's 15 deeds, 30 crests, 12 busts, 12 portraits. Boyven hit level 5. Everyone else is almost there. NUI on Cran, so we'll get rid of that, even though it's not the worst thing in the world. Calm absolutely needs to go away, minus 15% damage on first round for Boyven. Then she got Hard Skinned, which is 10% protection. Clauder on Vesely, Hard Noggin. So I'm gonna definitely lock that in on Cores. That's 15% stun resistance. And Prismatic Isolation, which is plus 25% debuff resistance. Okay. A lot of good stuff there.
Can you feel it? The walls between
That is not what I thought was going to be the first level 5 quest that I got, but that is an interesting level 5 quest that I probably should not do right away. Plot quest: The Gated Fiends. A group of howling demons are keeping villagers up at night. The beasts lie by the nearby shrines, shrieking aggressively through the nights. So that quest is actually, the Fortified Taurian Odoroshi here, which actually gives me a really good trinket, but this one swaps out for other Sunward ones, is what leads to the, what are they called? Night Parade, which is like one of the last things I'm gonna do. So I'm not sure it's possible with the restrictions I have on this estate, so that is gonna be like the last hurrah before I go into the darkest dungeon, I think. But it's nice to know that these are available, because the dungeons to them are not bad. The Night Parade and the dungeons before that, though, are gonna be bad. So, it's nice to know those are available. Crayon, please get NUI off. Vesely, I wanted, or not Vesely, Core, I wanted Hard Noggin locked in. I also should probably lock in Unyielding on him, if I'm being totally honest. Boyven needs Calm off. I'm gonna be taking the Falconeer to the Talon Matron, so Manslayer is actually gonna be a good one for her. And then, therefore, I think I need to take Night Blindness off her, because it's gonna be a nighttime ambush, most likely, if I remember right. Nomad Wagon, nothing I want. Stagecoach, just because we did lose an antidote bit back, I know we have a backup already, but that is what we did lose.
Others will not go.
Alright. Otherwise, looking around, nothing I really want, but I might just go into the Cove to level some people up. I might go into the Warrens to level some people up, because the Giant Ring for the White Priestess is also a kind of good one. So those might be the 2 areas I go into. Kind of figure that out next time. And go from there, because those are... I mean, that's kind of what we're doing, is just leveling some people up, and we can go from there. So that will probably be the plan. Either the Wield, the Warrens, which has the Giant Ring for the White Priestess, or going to the Cove, which is just a medium, which is going to be easier on me. But then I get to level up either like a debuff team or a blighting team, which like would be the Plague Doctor and some other people, which I think would be fun to level up and have on hand at level 5. If something happens like Wolf, that would be nice. And we'll go from there, because actually, let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually only have 18 people to level up, 4 of which, if they even go into a short, will immediately level up. So there's actually not that many people to level up to champions, now that I think about it. So while it sounds like there's a lot, 1 more dungeon, I have 4 more people at level 5, and after that it's leveling up a few others, and those ones it's probably like 2 to 3 dungeons each for them, so not too many more if you think about it. And I know that sounds, but you bring 4 each, so 6, 7 more dungeons, and we might have a full contingent of champions if I can keep at it, which would be really cool. We'll see if that's actually the case, but that's kind of the hope. If I can keep balanced parties together and such, we'll see. I might have to pull some shenanigans with either plus resolve experience or minus resolve experience. We'll see about that though. I know I can do that. We'll see. But that'll be the plan, and we'll go from there. Warrens, I keep saying Wield for some reason, but Warrens or Cove next time, and go with that, and that'll be it for this time. So like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz, and otherwise, as always, I wish you all well. I'll see you next time, and please have a good one.